The Playpak can be used for back lying, tummy lying and floor sitting. Back lying. I use a brightly coloured object, usually one of Charlotte's favourite toys, and move it from side to side to encourage eye movement. I then move it slightly further away to encourage head movement. I encourage Charlotte to bring her hands together in front of her chest, and sometimes I place my hands behind her shoulder to help encourage her arms to come forward. I use the hip positioning strap to make sure I stabilise Charlotte's hips, and then I encourage her to reach across her body from either left or right with one of her favourite toys. And sometimes I place my hand behind her shoulder to assist her across if I need to. If I want to make this a little bit more difficult, I take the pelvic strap away and move the toy a little bit further away from her. One of Charlotte's favourite exercises is to bicycle her legs. I hold onto her feet and help her to kick or bicycle her legs. This helps to strengthen her tummy, legs and feet, and it's also a movement that's needed later for weight bearing. By bringing Charlotte's hands and feet together, this is a really good position for symmetry, and it's teaching Charlotte to use both sides of her body together. While Charlotte is in the backline position, I also use this as a really good opportunity to play peekaboo games and also to sing rhymes to her with actions, which also help to develop her attention. This activity is great for encouraging rolling. I can place Charlotte midway between back lying and side lying and can encourage her to reach or kick for a toy so she can begin to learn to roll onto her tummy. Sometimes I help her to move at first by moving her hips or legs while she works to learn to turn her shoulders. I try and make rolling a little bit more difficult by using the positioning strap to secure the lower part of her body. I then encourage Charlotte to roll, leading with the top half. I position the toys just slightly out of her reach, so as her top half turns, it allows her lower half to follow. Tummy lying. Using one of Charlotte's favourite toys, I try to encourage her to lift her head up. I try and make this a little bit more difficult by moving the toy slowly from side to side so she has to turn to look at it. To encourage weight bearing through Charlotte's arms, I encourage her to push up on straightened or extended arms and make sure that both her hands are open. This strengthens her shoulder and upper trunk. While Charlotte's head is lifted up, I encourage her to reach and grasp with one hand and then the other. This helps later on for sitting up and for using her arms against gravity. I place Charlotte in a curled up position on her tummy, ensuring that her airway is clear. I make sure her hips, knees and ankles are bent. Take one of the rolls and place it firmly behind her feet. I then show her her favourite toy and she starts kicking and pushing herself forward. To encourage Charlotte to roll, I place her midway between her back lying and side lying and encourage her to reach or kick for a favourite toy so she can begin to roll onto her tummy. I help her at first by moving her hips or her legs while she works to try and turn her shoulders. I then make the rolling a little bit more difficult by holding the lower half of her body steady using the positioning strap. This encourages Charlotte to roll, leading with the top half. I position the toys just slightly out of reach, so as her top half turns, it allows her bottom half to follow. Floor sitting. I encourage Charlotte to reach for toys while she's sitting. At first, I place the toys within easy reach to encourage her to grasp them. I then get her to move them from hand to hand, bang them together and throw them. To make the activity more difficult, I place the objects a little bit further away in front of Charlotte, so she has to reach further forward to get them. Sometimes I use 2 or 3 toys to help her focus on different objects. I place toys to either side of Charlotte, encouraging her to reach out to the side. All of these movements help to develop her neck and trunk muscles and also her eye-hand coordination. While Charlotte's sitting, I hold a brightly coloured toy in front of her face, moving it slowly in a semicircle to allow Charlotte to turn her head. This engages her hip and pelvic muscles to keep her steady against gravity. It also uses her trunk muscles to rotate from one side to the other.